it's been a hot minute. I'm Kay and I'm back here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about makeup products you actually need, and I use need in kind of a loose term because no one truly needs makeup. It's just something to accentuate certain parts of your face that you really like and want to feature, and just a way to show creativity as well. But I'm going to be telling you some makeup products you do need if you are in that routine, as well as some suggestions for affordable makeup products that you can find at the drugstores very easily, as well as a couple of high-end ones because some of them I don't have drugstore editions of. So we're going to talk about those products today, as well as just kind of how to find good makeup in general when you're looking on your own. I'm still new to makeup. I've only been into makeup for about 2 years now. I'm still learning a lot every day, and most of what I've learned has come from YouTube. I've watched a lot of videos, specifically from Tati, Jeffree Star. I did watch Laura Lee for a little bit, and Manny MUA. There's just so many beauty influencers out there, Christine Dominique, that you can just learn so much from. And yes, they do extravagant makeup, but they also do a lot of really easy, everyday, going to work looks as well. So if you're in that market, feel free to search through YouTube. Just type in the search bar whatever kind of look you're looking for: natural makeup, going to work makeup, beginning makeup tips. You will definitely find some videos that will help you in application. But I'm going to talk about products today, so hopefully I'm very helpful to you. All these products you can find at CVS, Walmart, Walgreens, Target. You can even find a lot of these at Ulta as well. So let's jump into it. So the first makeup product I quickly want to cover is primer. Primer is not something that you need, but if you're already in the makeup routine and you want to enhance the look of your foundation and how your makeup wears all day, it is a good extra step to get into. Now I have two different primers right here for two different reasons. So I first have a No Problem primer. And it's really great to fill in those pore areas, especially on your nose, in your cheek area, forehead, wherever you have enlarged pores. You just kind of push the product into your pores and it fills them right in, so your foundation will go right over and you don't kind of see those holes of your pores in your foundation. And this product is actually a Sephora brand, but it's actually really not that bad. I believe it's only $17 or $18 for 1 fluid ounce, and this bottle lasts a while. This is a very silicone feely. It's very smooth. It goes on your face very nicely. I do enjoy this, but not everybody does, so keep that in mind. The other primer that I have is from Too Faced, and it's the Prime and Peachy Matte. I don't know if you can see it very well. The Prime and Peachy Matte primer. And this is to mattify your face. This is great if you have oily skin or even combination skin. This will really help to kind of cover up those oils throughout the day, absorb those oils so they don't break through your makeup, ruin your look, and just make you look greasy and feeling gross. Growing up, I had really oily skin. As an adult now, I have combination to normal skin, so I'm pretty okay, but this is really nice to have on those days that I am feeling greasy, especially on sweaty days. This has a really cooling feeling too. It is a cooling matte, and I do like that, especially in the summer, especially if you have a little bit of a sunburn on your face, which you should be avoiding by wearing SPF, and that's definitely should be part of your routine. But yep, so this one's pretty great. This one again is a Sephora brand. There are drugstore alternatives. I will link some down below. I know Maybelline has one that I believe is called Baby Soft or something, and it's supposed to be kind of similar to this, where it has a silicone feel and it fills in those pores. So feel free to look around on your own for those, but I will link a few down below that do have good reviews that I've heard of. There's a little grasshopper friend in my window. Okay, on top of your primer, now goes your foundation. So I have two different kinds, and both of these are drugstore. This little guy's just hopping all around everywhere. I have my window open and there's lots of leaves right outside my window, so I'm not really surprised that I have a grasshopper friend, but we'll welcome him for right now. The first one that's my ride or die foundation that I finally found after so long was the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I am in shade 105 typically. When I am a little bit on the tanner side during summer, I do mix in this True Lumi darker shade, which is a different type of foundation I'll get to in a minute. But this is wonderful. So matte foundations, just like matte primers, are what you use if you have oily or combination skin typically, so that the oils don't break through, it doesn't break down your foundation or your makeup, and you don't look like a greasy hot mess at the end of the day. And this one stays on my face very well all day long. Of course there are exceptions, but on any other basis, this holds up. And it's only like $5 to $6 typically, so you definitely should check this out if that's a type of foundation that you are looking for. Okay, the next one is the L'Oreal True Lumi. I've also used this one off and on for years now, and I accidentally bought the wrong shade, a shade darker, which is why I mix it in with this when I need a little bit of a darker foundation. And because I have combination to oily skin, mixing a luminous foundation and a matte one seems to work out pretty well for me. It kind of gives me just a more natural, pretty looking foundation application. So I do like that a lot. But because this is a Lumi one, illumination, it's really meant for people with dry skin. So matte is for people with oily skin. Luminous things are for people with dry skin, so that the dry won't peek through as much. You won't see kind of flaky, and you can really tell sometimes, even when I use the matte one. This one, sometimes my face looks a little bit dry, but when I mix this in, it does help a lot. So this will just really help your face come to life and give it some luminosity. And this is actually, both of these are really good coverage. So I like it, and this one also has SPF 20 in it too, which is a bonus. Any kind of way that you can get SPF, whether it's in moisturizer or a foundation, is kind of the way to go. Yeah, SPF is extremely important for your skin. Now, something that a lot of people are going to ask is, how do you find the right shade? How do you know? And honestly, you just kind of got to try. Hold it up to your face, hold it up to your arm. I don't know the official right way to do it. I honestly try to put it on top of my hand or my face, because for me, honestly, I feel like they get the same sun exposure. So even though my hands are going to be a little bit tanner, it should hopefully all sync together. Now, I run into issues where I do have to mix foundations sometimes, so that's doable. But I did look today, and CVS has a return policy where you just have to have the receipt and it can be opened, return it, try a different shade. Or go and buy, especially for these that are super affordable, buy 2 or 3 shades, open the one first that you think is the most likely, and if it's not it, try the other ones. And then if they're not it, go return them all. If you can return it, do it. Save yourself the money, but also try to find the right shade while you're doing it. So I think that that's a great return policy. Walmart has the same one as well. Ulta has a very good return policy. Just whatever stores you're buying them from, before you buy, look into their return policy so that you don't kind of find yourself in a jam where you're stuck with foundation that you're not going to wear, A, because you don't like, or B, because it's the wrong shade. Because if this was any darker, I wouldn't be able to use it at all. I just happened to pick up something that worked for me. I was very lucky. And then once you find your true matte or your true shades of foundation, then you can kind of start exploring with different brands and more high-end brands if that's what you're into. I personally, my next high-end brand that I want to get into is that Estee Lauder one that's out right now that everybody is raving about. So that's foundation. Next that goes on the face is concealer. And again, not everybody needs concealer, and people use concealer in different ways. Some people use concealer, they get the exact shade match to their face the best that they can, and they spot cover where they need to, whether it be from acne or redness or sunspots, whatever might be on your face that you want to cover, you can use this for. Some people do this to cover up dark under eye circles, which is, that's one of my uses of it. People use it for highlighting some of the forehead, down the nose, a little bit on the chin, sometimes a little bit above the lip. I've done all that as well. Typically, when I do use concealer, which I've kind of laid off for a little bit, I've done under the eyes, I do a tiny bit in the forehead, I do straight down the middle, and a little bit on my chin. Lately, I've been noticing that my under eye area has been breaking up, and I know it's time for me to switch products up. Haven't gotten around to looking for a new concealer yet. I've recently just used up a NYX one. So the one that I still have, I still have Shape Tape, but I'm pretty sure that's expired, so I gotta get rid of that, is the ColourPop no filter concealer, and I really enjoy this. It is a thicker consistency, similar to the Shape Tape, not as thick, but it does provide a lot of coverage, and all you need is a little bit. It has a little doe foot applicator at the bottom, which is very nice. It is flat, so I fit it right underneath, and I don't put it, that's too much. You just do a little bit in the corner and then you blend it out. You can get ColourPop at Ulta. You can also get ColourPop on colourpop.com, which I will be showing you a couple of other ColourPop items as well. They are so affordable for, like, I don't know whether they're considered drugstore or high-end. I feel like they're higher end quality, but definitely at lower drugstore pricing sometimes. So definitely check out ColourPop. I know waiting on shipping can be a pain, but if the product is right, do it. But the thing about these is there is so many shades online that I had a hard time choosing when I first ordered this. And luckily, I got lucky, because it takes a while for you to know your skin, what you're looking for. And then once you kind of know, you can get a better general judgment of other products and their shades that you're looking at. So you might be asking now, Kay, how do we put on this foundation and concealer? Well, I'm here to tell you there's a few different ways. So first, you can obviously use your tried and true method of your fingers. You know, smear it all over. No, just honestly, just make sure it's all blended in. Make sure you go down the neck. Make sure even your ears a little bit. Make sure you kind of cover that. A little bit goes a long way. It's a lot easier to add more than to take away. Just remember that. The second method is some sort of a makeup sponge. I have the Real Technique sponge, which is sold at CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Walmart, Ulta, Target, everywhere, okay? They're very affordable. They also sell packs of 2, so that's kind of nice too. You can always have a backup. Please damp them, okay? Yeah, you could use them dry, but you're not gonna get the same result as if you damp them. The whole point of a beauty blender too is to help you to suck up the excess products that you're not going to use. So if you put too much foundation on, it's not just going to sit on your face. The beauty sponge will go over and pick up all the excess product, which will make your makeup look better. And because it's wet, it will help the makeup to kind of mesh together too and look more natural. So please wet your beauty sponge. Usually when you get them, they'll come smaller, and then when you wet them, they become a sponge, pretty bouncy. So Amy, if you're watching this, I know you don't wet your sponge, girl, so start soaking this baby up. Okay, so that's my beauty sponge. The third method is a makeup brush or a foundation brush. This is the It Cosmetics brushes for Ulta, and it's the Airbrush Smoothing Foundation number 102, and I got this on an Ulta sale. It was one of their 21 Days of Beauty, which is actually going on right now as well. But 21 Days of Beauty, every day they have different products that are pretty much 50% off. So this baby I got for only $11. There's going to be another one of these coming up in the next few days, so I'm probably going to snag another one to have a backup, because gotta love half-price makeup products. I always check out what they have, and I choose what I want selectively, because just because it's on sale doesn't mean you need it. However, for example, there was MAC Fix Plus that I wanted forever, but I just didn't want to drop the money on it. And then during one of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, it was 50% off, so it was $12. I couldn't say no. I couldn't say no. So I got that for $12, much happier, and I do love the product, so I'm glad that I got it, but I definitely don't know that I would have spent the higher price if I didn't grab it on sale. So you can also apply it with a brush. You can do it different ways. You can dot it on your face, which I do a lot, and then kind of blend it in. Lately I've been pouring it into a little cap that I have that's aluminum, so it kind of acts as a little palette. And I just mix it up, and then I dab my brush in it and then put it on my face, and I feel like that way is pretty nice because it really doesn't put a lot of excess product on my face. And brushes make it easier to kind of just easily go on top of your ears and down your neck to make sure everything's blended and looks nice. So fingers, beauty blender, brush. Ways to apply foundation and concealer. Next up for the face is powder, because whenever you put anything wet on your face, you want to be able to set it. I have 2 different kinds of powders here depending on which kind you like. I have a CoverGirl True Blend, just regular powder foundation, hitting pan, almost gone. Nothing extravagant. This one is in shade 1, Translucent Fair. Makes sense, I'm pretty pale. I use a brush or I use a velour puff and I smooth it into the powder and I just press it on my face in the areas that I want to set. Usually it's basically all over my face because you never know. The other kind of powder is a loose powder, and this one I grabbed. I do have a one from Too Faced as well that's matte, and I do enjoy that quite a bit. But this one right here is Airspun by Coty, and this is sold at Walmart. It does not have its own makeup section. It's more, when I bought it, it was kind of where you have the odds and ends beauty things like fingernail clippers and cotton balls, things of that nature. That aisle, I would try to look there for this. So this is fairly cheap. I believe it's under $5. I will put the price in. And it is absolutely clear. It's white, but it's clear. You can use this to bake, and to bake means when you put on your concealer, you really press in a powder down there and it holds it in place. It really locks it in, and it also acts as a shield for when you're doing your eyeshadow. In case you have fallout, the powder will catch it and you'll be able to wipe it away instead of it ruining your foundation. So this is a loose powder. I usually just use it when I'm not baking, which I don't bake very often. I use a powder brush, I dip it in, and I just pat it all over my face, press it in, and I'm done. It takes 2 seconds. So you need to powder. Powder's a must. You need to powder. I'll just say that. Okay. Next. I know I'm talking fast, but this video is going to be really long, and so yeah, I'm going. All right. Next thing that I do on my face is a bronzer. You don't need bronzer. You don't. However, if you want bronzer, Physicians Formula has a great product. It's not that expensive, but it is a more expensive drugstore brand, so do keep that in mind. There are always sales on Physicians Formula, especially at Ulta, so keep your eye on sales and coupons. If you are interested in this product, I guarantee you won't have to pay full price for it. So I have the light one, the light bronzer, again, because I'm pale. So I just use, everybody can use a different brush. I choose this big purple brush. I jam in it a little. Okay, so when you tap off, that's getting off excess product so that you're not putting too much product on your face or on your eyes. And then I put in the areas that I want. So I always bronze my area right there, kind of defining where my cheek is. Chubby face, it is what it is. And I also kind of do my forehead up here, so it just kind of looks like a little bit more of a natural tan and not just foundation white. So it does give a little bit more contrast. It makes it a little bit more natural, a little bit more sun-kissed. So using a light bronzer, if you're fair-skinned, is your friend. Because if you go in with a dark bronzer, you're going to look like you rubbed mud all over your face, and nobody wants that. Next on my face, I always do my blush. So I have 2 different kinds of blushes here quickly. I have multiple blushes, but I just quickly picked 2. One is from Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild is known for being a cheap, affordable brand. However, they are so stepping up their game and their quality over these last few years. So their blushes I do enjoy. I have 2 shades of it. This one is Pearlescent Pink, and there is some shimmer in there. As you can see, my light is kind of blinding it. Okay. This one's very nice. So this is pretty expensive. This is Tarte. However, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blushes and 2 highlights in this palette. It has a film separating them so the colors don't mix, and I use this all the time. Clearly you can tell I use this shade a lot. It's everywhere. Just this pan I use the most. No, this one's gonna start happening soon. And 2 highlights. I don't love the highlights in this palette, but I do love the blushes. And Tarte has great Amazonian clay blushes, good skincare quality ingredients in their product, and for this many blushes, it's worth the price. This was the holiday edition. They put one out every year, some sort of a blush set, and they might have a different one out right now that's not even part of a holiday set. So if you're just getting into blush, go for this. If you're already totally into blushes and you just want more variety, I recommend these. To put on blushes, you can either use a big fluffy brush, brushes that's really up to you and what you prefer in your blush look. I just stab it in and then I focus it right here and then I start to bring it back. And I make sure I tap off my brush before this brush touches my face. Because if I didn't get rid of that blush, then I would look like a clown, and that's the biggest reason people don't play around with blush, because they don't want to look like clowns. It took me years to be able to use blush and not look like a clown. So a little bit goes a long way. It's easier to build it up than it is to take away. Just remember that. And if you do happen to put a little bit extra too much blush, your beauty blender or your beauty sponge will soak it right up for you, at least some of the product. You can go over it with more regular powder if you need to. There are ways to fix it and correct it. So don't cry too hard if you mess up your blush. It happens to all of us multiple times. Whew. Okay, guys. That's been like 15 minutes, and that's just the face. So let's get quickly into the eyes. First thing you absolutely need to do an eyeshadow look is some sort of eyeshadow primer. You can get, the e.l.f. has one, NYX has one, there's all different kinds of primers out there. This, my friends, I got this is a Kat Von D one, so it's high-end, but I got it at TJ Maxx, I believe, and it works really great. This one is just a crayon. Sometimes they're liquid, and if they're like a little cream, you just put it on your ring finger, which is your weakest finger that you supposedly have, so which is why you use that one on your eyes, especially because you want to be gentle. But you pat that one all over your eyes. It should be sticky to some extent because you want your eyeshadow to stick to it. You don't want your shadow falling all over the place and creasing and becoming a hot mess, which happens to all of us. All of us. So if that is one of your problems and you're wondering how to fix that, eyeshadow primer, girl. Eyeshadow primer. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what kind of eyeshadows to get, but I'll just give you some suggestions quickly. ColourPop, again, this is where ColourPop is coming in. So ColourPop has single shadows that come in just the pan. They also have these Super Shock type of shadows where you either have matte ones or you have shimmery ones or you have genuinely like metallic ones. So there's different ones that you can get. These are very affordable. Along with these single little ones from ColourPop, I also just realized that I forgot to talk about highlighters for face, so I'm going to jump back into that real quick. ColourPop has a great highlighter. It's called Flexitarian, and I love it. It's so pretty. Ooh, okay. So that's gorgeous. So I use this one quite a bit, Flexitarian. And again, they're very affordable. I will put in the price. There's also Wet n Wild has some great ones. They have one called Precious Petals that I really enjoy. And I just recently got this Master Chrome Rose Gold one from Maybelline, and I truly like this one as well. So there's a few highlighter options. You just want to put it kind of at the tops of your cheeks. Some people put it on the top, underneath their eyebrows, and then corner of their eyes, on the tips of your nose, right there, on top of your lip real quick. So those are your options for your highlighter. Back to eyeshadows. So you have your single options. You can also get palettes. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of options. This one's from BH. BH has really great affordable makeup. Order them online. Be prepared their shipping takes a little bit, but it's worth it. It's not a scam. They always have really good deals and coupons, so do not pay full price there. This Carly Bible palette is a great deal. You will see it is pretty well loved and used. Okay. There's highlighters at the bottom as well as some shimmery bronzers, which I've never really used. But these shadows are gorgeous and they're so blendable. Blendable means they're not going to look like harsh lines, but they're going to be kind of mixed in, and they're just really going to stand out and be gorgeous. And the shimmers in here are great, so I truly recommend the Carly Bible one. The Jaclyn Hill palette. This one is a little bit more pricey. However, it literally has everything that you can need for a eyeshadow palette. There's a ton of shimmers, there's a ton of mattes, different color schemes. So really, you can just look for a large palette, look at reviews online, which I'll talk about in a minute. and choose a palette that suits you. Look for colors that you know you're gonna wanna wear, or if you want more shimmery shadows, or if you need more matte shadows in your collection. Really pay attention to what you're buying, but look at the reviews. But I do highly recommend the Jaclyn Hill palette. When I travel, this is basically I might bring this one, I do bring this one, and I usually will bring one other one just to accent it, or just some days I wanna switch it up, but this is definitely going with me whenever I travel. I also want to throw in some brushes. Okay, these are my brush collection. You can get brushes, you can get sets of them on Amazon. Look at reviews. You can get them from BH Cosmetics. Again, same as that Carly Bible palette. Again, has great reviews, and some of these brushes are actually BH brushes. I got a lot of my brushes, especially my eyeshadow brushes, from Ipsy and Sephora Play, and subscription packages for beauty. So a lot of these brushes I didn't even pay for, I just got, which was really nice. It helped build up my collection very quickly. Morphe has really affordable brushes and are now sold at Ulta, which makes it a lot more obtainable. And you can honestly just go to Walmart and go look at some of their brushes. Real Techniques, Eco Tools, those have some really great ones as well. So that's what I have for brushes. Don't overwhelm yourself at first. Just have a really nice fluffy eye brush. Have a flat one for packing in some color. Have one for powder for your face. And maybe one for blush if that's what you're into. And that's really all you need to start with. Don't go too crazy. But there are some affordable options to get sets out there of brushes so that you do have a variety at first that you could play with. There are also a multitude of YouTube videos that talk about favorite brushes, both affordable and higher end, that can help to point you to the right brushes to get, because the brush does make the difference. The tool makes the difference in the outcome. So remember that. Okay guys, we're almost done. So the last little bit that I want to bring up and talk to you about is looking at reviews for your makeup. There's so many options out there between drugstore and high-end, and it's really hard to tell which products are actually good, which ones are just being sold to you because that company is trying to make money and they have celebrities wearing it on the commercials, and they have YouTubers talking about it because they're sending them free products and they're making money off of it. And that's a whole big world out there. So what are we wasting our money on? Because if you're buying a product at the drugstore because it's cheap, but then it sucks so you don't use it, or it's not the right color, or blah blah blah, you're still wasting money, whether it's $5 or whether it's $50. So if you're gonna spend the $5, buy the right product. So my suggestion to you is to go online and do your research. There are a lot of YouTubers out there that are honest and that do give real feedback and reviews. You have to use your personal judgment. I believe that you can do that. A person that I love is Tati. Yes, she's a higher end guru and she knows her stuff and she does get a lot of PR, but I do truly believe that she's honest in her reviews. If you also look at not as popular YouTubers, so more no-name YouTubers or YouTubers that are just getting started and they're talking about products, that's a good way to go off of, because they don't have a reason to lie to you. They're not getting PR. Their videos probably aren't being monetized, or they just started getting monetized. So those are really great people to believe when it comes to your products. You can also and should go on websites and look at the actual reviews. Go on Ulta, look at the products, look at the reviews. Go to Sephora, look at the product, look at the reviews. And again, use your best judgment over what are real reviews, what are fake reviews. You know, you can even type it in a search bar of Google, Anastasia Norvina palette review, and you can get all these reviews from different websites on there on that one product. So if you're getting a lot of really great reviews and it's a product that you're truly into, go for it. But if the products are a little bit mixed and you're unsure, maybe wait it out and see like more products, or maybe wait it out and see more reviews that might come out, or just pass on it. Maybe there's gonna be another product with similar color scheme no matter what kind of product you're buying. So wait it out. Or if they have it for reviews and you really wanted to buy it, you're your own person, do it. But look at the reviews. Don't just go into a store and buy it because it's cheap, because you still might be wasting money. Okay, so have an idea of what you're looking for. Okay, look ahead of time before going to the store. Make your list. Look for sales. Again, Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. Ulta also always has sales on their drugstore section. Buy one, get one free, buy two, get one free, buy one, get one half off, buy two, get two half off. There's always something going on at Ulta for deals and for coupons, so please check that out as well. There's always coupons in the newspaper, you know, so if you know that there's a certain mascara that you want, then get it. If you like mascara, I didn't even talk about mascara because I feel like that's such a common makeup item that even if you don't do anything else, a lot of people just put on mascara and even an eyeliner. But mascara and eyeliner, I got these both from Essence. They're two of my favorite products, and the eyeliner I think is $2.99 or $1.99, and it's good. And the mascaras I think are $3.99. So the Lights and Lashes one, I believe it's called, that's black and white. That one is fantastic. It's my favorite, and it's actually in my Ulta cart right now. I'm waiting to see what else I want to add to that order before I actually get it. But yeah, so there are a bunch of affordable brands out there. Don't be fooled. Don't buy an eyeliner for $7 when you can literally, if you're already at Ulta, go look at Essence and get one for $1.99 or $2.99. That's just as good. Okay, so there's just so many options out there. Keep your mind open, keep your ears open, just be willing to learn. There's also Facebook groups out there. I'm a part of one called Makeup Talk, and it is out of Massachusetts. That's where it's based, that's where I'm from. But the girls there are so encouraging and helpful. They're always posting tips, they're always posting where to find deals, and they're always posting different ideas of makeup looks and things that they're doing in their lives. And it's just a really positive group, and I encourage you to go out there and seek something that you're interested in, whether it's learning from a group, whether it's watching YouTube videos, whether it is trying things out for yourself, or whether it's just rocking your own natural look without any makeup. You do you. Like, you're beautiful no matter what, with or without makeup, and that's important to know. I've also learned a lot about makeup from one of my best friends, Erin. She's so into makeup. She's wonderful, and not only is she into it, she's good at it. And if she allows me, I will post a picture of her in one of her makeup looks that she has posted on her Instagram, and I will link her Instagram down below, so you should definitely go check her out. She is gorgeous on the inside and on the outside, but she shows it amazingly through her, even just her eyeshadow talent. It's crazy. But this video is already way too long, guys, so I am going to let you go here. I know I haven't done all the makeup products you could possibly want, but I did cover the basics, so I hope this was enough to help you. I will link some products in the description box down below that I think might be helpful to you, so make sure you check that out. And always remember to like and subscribe. Her, even just her eyeshadow talent, it's crazy. But this video is already way too long, guys, so I am going to let you go here. I know I haven't done all the makeup products you could possibly want, but I did cover the basics, so I hope this was enough to help you. I will link some products in the description box down below that I think might be helpful to you, so make sure you check that out. And always remember to like and subscribe this video, share with your friends, share with your family. I'm new, I'm trying to get out there, so please help us sister out. Okay, that was weird, but I gotta go. Bye.